I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me. No, we're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all. We should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back. Starting from scratch, I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe you're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through, I got nothing to lose but you. It's true you're so far away, and it's true I can feel the same. It's another day, you know you want me to stay, but I go my way. I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe you're my gravity. You're my gravity. You're calling out my name, but the echo numbs your pain. Sorry, but more than just a shadow, I'm more than just a man. You don't care how I feel, you don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how. I wash away the sorrow till my heart can beat again. You're my gravity. No, you're my gravity. I will let you go. The only thing that I know, you were my gravity, but now I had to leave. I will let you go. Why do you think that I want? Why do you think that I want? I know how to breathe into my gravity. 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 I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me. No, we're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all. We should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back. Starting from scratch, I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not.
Warning: the Duracell Cup Series data file you have attempted to access is out of date. Uploading current file now.
It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds.
The next gen car is opportunity.
Everything is different with the exception of like the seat, the steering wheel, and your helmet.
Unknown creates excitement.
Talking about my generation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here as we finally have reached Auto Club Speedway. It gets ready to play host to the regular season finale for both the Duracell Ultra Lite Series and the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series this weekend. We kick things off on the Lite Series side as today it is pole day qualifying in preparation for tomorrow afternoon's regular season finale, where we will determine the 10 drivers that will battle for this season's championship. First time in the Lite Series that we have a playoff system. 7 drivers get in through the top 7 in points. 3 drivers get in through the coveted wild card spots. And here at Auto Club, this may be, out of all the racetracks we've been at, maybe since Homestead, this may be the racetrack where track position is not going to be quite as important as it has been in past weeks. You can pass here at Auto Club. We will have them 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide here tomorrow afternoon, and we'll have the same on Sunday in the Cup Series race, but their qualifying session doesn't come up until tomorrow afternoon. Some drivers have already made some preparations for themselves to be a part of this season's championship hunt, as we got some drivers out there on the racetrack right now. We'll focus on the 20 of Eli Bright, who I believe is going to be the first driver to lay down an official lap time. Roberto Crown Jr. last week, second victory on the season as he took the checkers at Hanford. He is the points leader by 19 points over another 2-time winner in Cam Wright Jr. Those 2 drivers are locked into the playoffs with their multiple wins. They know that they will be battling for a championship starting at Road America. Those 2 drivers are officially locked in. The other drivers, we don't really know yet. We'll get a better idea as we draw closer towards the end of the race here tomorrow afternoon. But as of right now, we're not 100% certain who else is going to lock themselves in mathematically. Everybody else from 3rd place on down to 7th could fall out of the top 7 in the point standings. Some of them have victories, some of them do not. So we don't have any official word yet on anybody other than the juniors, Roberto Crown and Cam Wright Jr., coming into this weekend of who is locked into the playoffs and who is not, especially with the fact as well for our wild card spots. Normally, if you look on the Cup side, we've got drivers that are multi-time winners, and you can say, all right, 3-time winner, 2-time winner, they're up in a high-seeded wildcard spot. Everybody right now that is battling for a wildcard position all have 1 victory. So it's all going to come down to who is positioned where in points as to who is going to more than likely get those 3 wildcard spots, unless we have a multi-time winner here tomorrow afternoon. We're looking at Eli Bright. He comes into this race currently in a playoff spot. He's still chasing that first checkered flag of the season, but he is 5th in the overall points coming into this one, 13 points ahead of the 7th in the standings cut line. Wes McCoy, as he goes around that number 8, Wes will be fighting for a wild card spot as he comes into this one 15th in points. Right now, he is the 4th driver outside of a wild card position, despite being a former winner this season. So this team tomorrow, they'll be looking for a victory to leapfrog them up into a number 1 wild card position, or at least they will be looking to beat 4 other drivers that are one-time winners as far as the overall point standings are going to be able to get one of the 3 wildcard spots. Juan Garcia is going to be in that same boat. Right now, he is the 3rd driver outside of a wildcard spot, 14th in overall points, a former winner on the season. Colin Grace, 3rd in the standings coming into this one, can lock herself up, or lock himself up a spot, a position in the playoffs if he brings it home better than 21st here tomorrow afternoon. Does have a win to fall back on for a wild card spot if necessary. David Dixon dropped out of the playoff grid of the top 7, I should say, last week at Hanford. Well, not last week, but last time out, 2 weeks ago at Hanford, I should say. David Dixon coming into this one 12th in overall points. Right now would be the 1st driver out of a wild card positioning. Dylan Young, one of our Cup drivers that taking part in the event here tomorrow afternoon. Nathan Stapleton, he is 17th in overall points. He would be the 5th driver outside of a wild card spot right now. I would say, as far as points are concerned, I think Stapleton and that team, they're looking at tomorrow as a must-win situation. Get that 2nd victory, leapfrog all the other one-time winners. I'm not sure that he can, outside of a victory, I'm not sure he can make up enough points to get a high enough overall regular season point seeding for his win to count towards one of the 3 wildcard positions. Pressure is going to be on this driver this weekend in Autumn Brooks. Autumn, a former winner on the season, yes, but she's also 7th in points. That critical cut line for the last points paying position. And so she will be looking for a solid run here tomorrow afternoon. Depending on where she finishes, her victory at Watkins Glen could still count towards a playoff spot, but we'll have to see how that all unfolds. Michael Turner, he is 13th in overall points. He would be the 2nd driver outside of a wild card spot right now. He definitely could point his way up into a wild card position here tomorrow afternoon. Jordan Anderson, right now 6th in points, only 8 points to the good above that 7th in the standings cut line. He does have that victory this season at I-69 Speedway, so he's kind of the same boat as Autumn Brooks. Could fall out of the top 7, but may remain high enough for his win to count towards a playoff position. There's Roberta Crown Jr. coming off that 2nd victory last week. He's already locked in. He and Cam Wright Jr., I believe Colin Grace, also in the hunt for the regular season championship that pays out an extra 15 bonus points. And Nathan Fogler, another former winner on the season from Homestead, he is in must-win territory here tomorrow. Definitely needs that 2nd win for a leapfrog as he's 23rd in overall points. Cody Majorek, who is 4th fastest on the board right now, is actually top of the board for a good portion of this session, at least in the early going. Coming into this one 9th in points. Now he right now is in a wild card spot. He would be in the 2nd wild card position behind Aubrey Powell and ahead of Skylar Taylor. So opportunity hit for him to get a wild card spot, but he also mathematically could point his way up into the top 7 here tomorrow afternoon. There is Skylar Taylor in the final playoff position coming into this race. 10th in overall standings, 3rd highest driver with a victory outside of the top 7. And Auto Club Speedway is one of the few racetracks here on the Lite schedule here in Season 2 that we went to back in Season 1. And Skylar Taylor was the winner of that race. Right now, though, they are trying to find speed as he has the slowest lap time of anybody out there. Currently would start 30th on the grid. But again, as I said, this is one of those racetracks where track position isn't necessarily all that important. You can make your way from the back to the front. This track is so spacious. Cole Coybe, winner early on this season at Manassas. Must-win situation for him. Has that victory, but needs a 2nd win to leapfrog other drivers. 21st in points. No way he mathematically can point his way up into a wild card position. Aubrey Powell currently is in the 1st wild card spot, 8th in points, but much like Cody Majorek and Skylar Taylor, mathematically could point her way up into the top 7 and point into the playoffs. Trying to find some of the other drivers there. There's Cam Wright Jr. on pit road. We already know that he's going to go playoff racing, 2-time winner on the season, 2nd in points, and I believe there's one driver that I'm missing. It's the 26 of Kyle Langland. There he is. Right now he is top of the board with a 42.275, and Langland is still looking for that first win on the season, but he is 4th in overall points. Cut line between him and 7th in the standings, 18 points. So I believe, if my math is correct, a 12th place finish or better, and Kyle Langland would lock himself into the playoffs here this season. I believe I've covered all of the, nope, I have not. Dave Smith in the 15, another driver that could get into the playoffs here with a victory. It would be a must-win situation for him also. 20th in points, cannot mathematically point his way up into the top 7. And then the other driver that's in a must-win situation as well is the 91 of Craig Batson, who of course started the season late. There he is. He is 26th in points. Must-win situation, get that second victory to get into a wild card spot. Now, in terms of drivers that don't have a victory that could mathematically point their way up into the top 7, realistically, there is only one driver that would be able to do that, and that is Jackson Haywood, who is 11th in points right now. He is a total of 24 points below that 7th in the standings cut line, which means that, in a sense, he has to finish in the top 5 here tomorrow afternoon to have that mathematical shot. Kat Batson, 16th in points, too far back. She could potentially win her way into a wild card spot. She does have the mathematics window between herself and those drivers like Powell Majoric and Skylar Taylor. There is the math there where she could win up into the top 10 in the standings and snipe a wild card spot. Other than that, Ralph Mason, Sean Galligan, Chris Dollerton, 18th, 19th, 22nd in points without a victory. I don't see a way for any of those drivers to be able to potentially get into a playoff spot, even if they were to go to victory lane here tomorrow afternoon. So that's all the scenarios pretty much coming into this one. Number of drivers can win their way into the playoffs. A number of drivers can win their way into a wild card spot, and a bunch of drivers looking to preserve their positioning in the top 10. As session has come to a close, we didn't really focus that much on the speeds and whatnot. We were focused so much there on giving you all the scenarios as far as who's eligible for a playoff position and who is not. Kyle Langland, though, will put his Ford on the pole alongside of Chris Dollerton. So good starting track position there for Kyle Langland, who's still looking for his first win on the season. Nathan Fogler, must-win scenario, starts up in 3rd with Cody Majoric, who's in currently a wild card spot in 4th. Must-win scenario for Dave Smith, he'll be 5th. Aubrey Powell trying to preserve a wild card spot in 6th. Wes McCoy currently trying to get back into the wild card picture, 7th. Same for Juan Garcia in 8th. Mike Tellier in 9th, and another driver, Michael Turner, trying to get into the wild card conversation, will start in 10th. So a lot of those storylines starting up here towards the front of the field. But on the flip side, a number of drivers starting pretty deep in the field, including Autumn Brooks, who is 7th in overall points coming as one, that cut line driver, starting back in 23rd. And Skylar Taylor, the defending winner of this race from one season ago, is going to start shotgun on the field in this one. Now, Roberta Crown Jr., Cam Wright Jr. battling for that regular season championship. They'll both be starting outside of the top 20, despite the fact they're locked into the playoffs. And Colin Grace, where's the 27, starting 14th, the only other driver mathematically in the hunt for the regular season championship, those extra valuable 15 bonus points. So we'll see how it plays out. I do want to point out for Skylar Taylor here as well, we're running entirely different race cars than we ran here one season ago. We were in the Gen 6 cars last season. We're in the Xfinity cars this season. So the speed's not there right now, but Skylar Taylor does have the race-winning playbook, at least, on what to do to be able to get to victory lane. So that might put him in good stead here for tomorrow afternoon's race, which will take place at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have Cup qualifying here tomorrow at 1, and then the Cup drivers have their race on Sunday at 1 p.m. Getting ready to find out who's going playoff racing here in the Lite Series. Hope you guys enjoyed this qualifying session. If you did, be sure to give us your likes. Subscribe, part of the crew today. We showed you starting lineup. We'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon here for the Lite Series regular season finale from Auto Club, as you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of NNSCRA TV, offline racing at its best.
The following has been a presentation of NNSCRA TV for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of the NNSCRA is prohibited. NNSCRA would like to thank all of our loyal fans, and we hope you enjoyed today's